let's now turn to an issue that's come up in the last 48 hours. Senator Sanders. CNN reported yesterday that, and Senator Warren confirmed in a statement, that in 2018, you told her that you did not believe that a woman could win the election. Why did you say that?
The way to ask that question with journalistic integrity is, hey, Bernie Sanders, there have been allegations that you told Elizabeth Warren that a woman could never be president. Is it true that you said that? That's how you frame that question. Okay? Not that it even needs to be fucking addressed. It's ridiculous that it's even being addressed in the fucking first place. But if you're gonna bring it up, that's how you fucking frame the question. But no, CNN as usual.
Well, as a matter of fact, I didn't say it. And I don't want to waste a whole lot of time on this because this is what Donald Trump and maybe some of the media want. Anybody knows me, knows that it's incomprehensible that I would think that a woman could not be president of the United States. Go to YouTube today. There's some video of me 30 years ago talking about how a woman could become president of the United States. In 2015, I deferred, in fact, to Senator Warren. There was a movement to draft Senator Warren to run for president. And you know what? I stayed back. Senator Warren decided not to run, and I did run afterwards.
The other thing is, it's absolutely ridiculous to even be asking Bernie this question in the first place, because yeah, he fucking has advocated for women. He wanted Elizabeth Warren to run in 2016. She should know this better than anyone else. The very fact that she's using this tactic and not shutting it down immediately when CNN uses it as well just shows that she's dishonest. I mean, Elizabeth Warren should have been the first one here to say, excuse me, I'm sorry, Bernie never said that. In fact, Bernie told me in 2016 that I should run for president. Bernie wanted me to run in 2016. That's how you answer that question, Warren. Like, if Warren had any goddamn integrity, she would have cut off the fucking idiot, empty-headed CNN moderator before she even finished that fucking question. Okay? But it's clear that Elizabeth Warren has no integrity. It's abundantly fucking clear.
If any of the women on this stage or any of the men on this stage win the nomination, I hope that's not the case. I hope it's me. But if they do, I will do everything in my power to make sure that they are elected in order to defeat the most dangerous president in the history of our country.
And look, I'm going to just say this because, you know, I know people are going to bring this up and have a problem with the fact that Bernie Sanders said, you know, oh, well, if I don't win the nomination, then I'm going to, you know, put all my support behind whoever does win the nomination, you know, because we need to defeat Trump. I know some people are really fucking against that and think, no, it shows that Bernie has no integrity. I just want to point out the fact that Bernie Sanders, he gives his reason for that. He doesn't say, I'm going to back the Democratic candidate no matter what because tribalism. Okay? He says, I'm going to back the Democratic candidate no matter what because we need to defeat Trump. But he also said he hopes it's going to be him. And another thing, he probably knows that it's very likely going to be him. Okay? But Bernie is at least showing that he's a fucking principled person who stands for what he believes in and is going to continue to fight to defeat Donald Trump, even if he's defeated in the primary, okay? That doesn't show that he has no spine. That shows that he's dedicated to his cause.
So Senator Sanders, I do want to be clear here. You're saying that you never told Senator Warren that a woman could not win the election.
That is correct.
Senator Warren, what did you think when Senator Sanders told you a woman could not win the election?
And I love how the audience laughs. You know, when they frame that question. They all fucking know. It's fucking ridiculous. Even Bernie laughs. Dude, it's a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke. It is an absolute downright fucking joke, and everyone knows it. Everyone fucking knows it. CNN should have their credentials stripped. Same with a lot of other fucking news networks who just I'm so fucking dumbfounded at the lack of professional fucking decorum or intellectual honesty or journalistic integrity from these fucking media outlets. They lie and lie and lie through their fucking teeth. And it's disgusting.
I disagreed. Bernie is my friend, and I am not here to try to fight with Bernie. But look, this question about whether or not a woman can be president has been raised, and it's time for us to attack it head on.
I disagreed. Bernie is my friend, and I'm not here to fight with Bernie. But I'm gonna make up lies about how he told me a woman could never be president. Get the fuck out of here.
And I think the best way to talk about who can win is by looking at people's winning record. So, can a woman beat Donald Trump? Look at the men on this stage. Collectively, they have lost 10 elections. The only people on this stage who have won every single election that they've been in are the women, Amy and me. And the only person on this stage who has beaten an incumbent Republican any time in the past 30 years is me.
What a goddamn fallacy and a dishonest, disingenuous fucking argument. Yeah, you want to talk about records, by the way? Let's look at records. Let's look at voting records. Let's look at Bernie Sanders' record versus your record, Elizabeth Warren, if you want to talk about records. Yeah, I do believe records are important when it comes to talking about who can win, but not who's won and who's lost in the past, okay? Hillary Clinton lost, and Donald Trump, by the way, has lost in a number of areas. Donald Trump has had several companies go bankrupt, okay? Someone's losing record does not indicate whether or not they are able to win in the future. That is a fallacy. That is an absolute fucking fallacy, and you know that, Warren. You know that.
And here's what I know. The real danger that we face as Democrats is picking a candidate who can't pull our party together or someone who takes for granted big parts of the Democratic constituency. We need a candidate who will excite all parts of the Democratic Party, bring everyone in, and give everyone a Democrat to believe in. That's my plan, and that is why I'm going to win.
I'm sorry, Elizabeth. Just because the women, again, the women on this stage have won every single election they've been in. Yeah, you know who's lost a lot of elections? Hillary fucking Clinton, a woman. You know who else lost? Tulsi Gabbard, right? I mean, a lot of fucking women have lost. What are you fucking saying? A woman has never become president before. So, by your same logic, I could say, well, a woman can't be president. Elizabeth, you are making the fucking argument. You are so dumb. You are making the fucking argument against yourself.
Senator Sanders, you can respond.
Well, just to set the record straight, I defeated an incumbent Republican running for Congress.
When?
1990. That's how I won, beat a Republican congressman. Number two, of course, I don't think there's any debate up here.
Wasn't it 30 years ago?
I beat an incumbent Republican congressman.
And I said I was the only one who's beaten an incumbent Republican in 30 years.
Well, 30 years ago was 1990, as a matter of fact.
So the best part here has to be when Bernie Sanders finally gets the chance to respond and informs Elizabeth Warren that he, in fact, did beat an incumbent Republican in a race for Congress back in the year 1990. And it's quite funny. You can see Elizabeth Warren sitting there trying to do the math in her head, trying to like, wait, was that 30 years ago? Yeah, that was 30 years ago. Lizzie, it was 30 years ago.
So I do think it's the right question. How do we beat Trump? And here's the thing. Since Donald Trump was elected, women candidates have outperformed men candidates in competitive races. And in 2018, we took back the House, we took back state houses because of women candidates and women voters. Look, don't deny that the question is there. Back in the 1960s, people asked, could a Catholic win? Back in 2008, people asked if an African American could win. In both times, the Democratic Party stepped up and said yes, got behind their candidate, and we changed America. That's who we are.
Yeah, again, dishonesty all around. Nothing but dishonesty on this stage. It's fucking disgusting. CNN is terrible as usual. Elizabeth Warren is terrible for going along with this terrible narrative. Yeah, the only one who came out of this smelling like roses in my mind, big fucking shock, Bernie Sanders.